Not very long ago, there lived a Brahmin named Subramanyam Iyer in a small town called Tirukkadayur in Tamil Nadu. His town had a famous Shiva temple where the presiding deity was Lord Amrita Ghateshwar and his consort goddess Abhiraami, an avatar of Parvati. Subramanyam was a regular visitor to the temple. He was deeply devoted to the goddess Abhirami. His faith was so intense that he saw the goddess in every woman. But that wasn't easy for the women. At every given opportunity, he would go around the town and shower every woman he saw with flowers and then do a namaskaram and prostrate at their feet. Oh my God, naturally, the women reacted in shock and horror, and the whole town dismissed him as a lunatic. On one new moon day, the local king Sarfoji came to the temple for a darshan. At the sanctum sanctorum of the goddess, he found Subramanyam deep in meditation, praying. The king was used to having people rushing to his beck and call, but Subramanyam's complete oblivion to the king's presence angered him. He thought, how dare he not acknowledge me? Sarfoji asked the locals about this man, and they said, Maharaja, he's just a madman. The king decided to run a test of his own on this man. He nudged the meditating Subramanyam and asked him if he knew what day of the lunar month or tithi it was. Now everyone knew it was the new moon day when the sky would be moonless and dark. But Subramanyam, whose eyes were fixed on the face of the goddess, who looked like 1,000 moons aglow, blurted out that it was a full moon day. Enraged by the wrong answer, the king ordered that Subramanyam be punished. As per the king's order, Subramanyam was to be suspended on a wooden deck that hung over a blazing fire. The deck on which Subramanyam stood was to be purged into the fire below at dusk, if the full moon did not rise as he had predicted. But, as happens with all men of God, Subramanyam remained unperturbed. It is said that, while hovering over the blazing fire, Subramanyam composed and rendered over 100 hymns in praise of goddess Abhirami. After each hymn was sung, the deck was lowered further and further and further. The onlookers waited with bated breath to see what would happen. Now, legend has it that just as Subramanyam finished rendering his 79th hymn, goddess Abhirami appeared before him, removed her jhumki and earring, and threw it at the sky where it shone like a silvery moon. Subramanyam's words had indeed come true. There was now a round, silvery, full moon that shone like a brilliant jewel, turning a dark night sky into a brightly lit celestial canvas. The king couldn't believe his eyes. His pride took a fall and he fell at Subramanyam's feet, sought forgiveness, and set him free. From that day on, Subramanyam came to be known as Abhiraami Bhattar. The hymns are called Abhiraami Andaadi, a unique piece of devotional poetry where every verse starts with the same word that the previous verse ends in. Abhiraami Andaadi is still read and rendered by millions of people even today. It is believed that rendering these hymns on full moon and new moon days can make the most impossible of a devotee's dreams come true.